WWE turned down by a new AEW signing. Plus, some WWE stars have made a shock return to NXT. And Hulk Hogan's son is suing Bubba the Love Sponge. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. Hologram shenanigans on AEW saw another hologram.
An evil one.
An evil one.
It's much like me and you, Tom. Some people think you're Tom Campbell and I'm the evil twin of Tom Campbell.
The funny thing is, when you really know us, I'm actually the evil Ross.
Yes, that's actually Russ Twatdale. No, what did
yes!
What did Sam call his blow-up doll? I can't remember now. It was Russ anyway. El Clon.
Sharona, I think. So we saw El Clon rocking up on AEW. It turns out this is a star from the world of Lucha who said no to WWE and their AAA shenanigans.
Yeah, the new El Clon character who debuted on AEW Collision is Array. Dury checked him out, like what they saw, and let him know they wanted to bring him back to AAA as part of the staffing up of that promotion. If you're new, Array was in AAA from 2018 to 2024 and left after a couple of false starts there, Tom. Array let AEW know that he had another offer and that they needed to make a final decision. AEW decided to make its own offer and Array picked AEW over the WWE.
Suggests to me that it was a money-based offer where WWE said, we want to give you this. So then he went, hello, AEW, this is what they're offering me. What are we saying? And they went, all right, I'll put a bit more on that.
Might also be the AAA thing putting them off if there's a few false starts in there.
Yeah, because if you've had a little bit of a tumble to get started in that system already, and also if you don't buy into what WWE have got planned for that system as well, because we are now seeing the WWE version of AAA coming to life, and I think it's going to be right for some people, it's not going to be right for others.
Not for Conan.
Not for Conan.
They're not going to change a thing. Oh, bollocks, they've changed everything already.
Let me just say one thing here. They won't change anything. Yeah, so I'm expecting some good things from Array in AEW. Yeah. A bit of shenanigans with them and hologram. Meanwhile, last night on NXT, we saw the return to NXT. Oh, jeez.
I don't think that's the news, though, Tom. The news is that the NXT shed is a completely different universe because DIY go back to the shed, right? But DIY go back and get their old NXT theme. Dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
And the baby faces now.
So we're going to put up with that bollocks on the main roster, then knock off Undisputed Era tune, and then we'll go back to NXT shed. We can have the bloody old one back. What's the crack with that?
It's a different universe, and they can just have some fun with it now. Maybe this will be the impetus for them to spend a little longer in NXT and become baby faces again, and then bring that NXT babyface flavor to the main roster. That would be nice.
It is funny how Candice was booked for last night's NXT in the old Speed tournament, but she obviously just took her husband and her husband's friend along to work with her. Oh, we'll go on the show. But yeah, Trick Willie was in the ring. DIY come down, and Trick just says, well, NXT's passed, well, just gone to different levels since you two left. Let's have a wrestle, basically. DIY take down Trick Willie, and it looks like there's going to be a tag team match soon with DIY taking on Trick Willie and a partner of his choosing.
Trick Willie did a video for WWE Socials where he said, you don't think I've got history here in NXT? So my theory is Carmelo Hayes.
That would be the only one, yeah.
That would be your only history.
Yeah.
So Trick and Carmelo Hayes versus DIY, it would be a fun match.
Yeah, it is weird to see them being cheered as baby faces, though, the DIY boys.
I prefer them as baby faces. I feel that like I get behind their NXT babyface persona a little more than the other one, I think.
I get behind their theme a bit more. Dun, 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 oh, what a bop.
Tis a bop. Talking of rolling back the years, how long has it been in WWE since we had a blooming flag match?
73 years. I was there in the front row with my granny having a great time watching Ben Hackenschmidt take on Davey Boy Diddler. Davey Boy fighting for the United Kingdom, Hackenschmidt fighting for Germany.
The famous not to be confused with Davey Boy Smith.
Oh God, no! Don't confuse that.
Different wrestler altogether. Davey Boy Diddler was a very different wrestler who we don't talk about anymore. It's been a hot minute. I know they were quite prominent. They were very prominent in the 90s, late 90s. Me and Jackie Orlando on the classic Raw review recently talked about the flag matches between the Hart Foundation and the American contingent of Vader and the Patriots. And
those were the days.
Survivor Series retro reactions coming up soon. The one in 1997. But anyway, that's beside the point. It's been a long time. We've got one next week. Ethan Page, Tavion Heights, Canada versus USA flag match on NXT.
NXT is bringing sexy back. Just last week we had a blindfold match in 2025, and now there's a flag match. The sky's the limit, Tom, or is it the trough? The pig trough.
The trough is the limit. Everything old is new again.
It really is in the next
So we're bringing it back. So that's going to be part of next week's lineup, along with potentially a match or a confrontation between DIY and Trick Williams and his mystery partner. You think I've got history? It's going to be Carmelo Hayes. So that'll all go down next week. A bunch of other stuff as well. But the big thing that we're going to talk about today is the story regarding the Hulk Hogan documentary that's been released by Bubba the Love Sponge. It's called Video Killed the Radio Star, the untold story of the Hulk Hogan sex tape scandal. And this is
that's just a heavy title, isn't it?
It's
the untold story.
Yeah, it's you know what, me and my wife sometimes like to watch a good film or a documentary on Netflix on an evening. We've been getting through quite a few documentaries. I think this one we might miss.
Yeah,
when folks come to visit, we probably won't stick this one on. But the trailer dropped for this yesterday, and it's incurred the wrath of the son of Terry Hulk Hogan Belair, Nick Hogan, who is now suing Bubba the Love Sponge, according to TMZ.
Yeah, TMZ reports that Hogan, on behalf of his father's estate, filed the lawsuit in a federal court in Florida, claiming Bubba's upcoming documentary, Video Killed the Radio Star, the untold story of Hulk Hogan's sex tape sample.
Don't use the word colon in there.
Maybe that's the untold story. It's an infringement on the copyrights and trademarks of his father. Nick is looking to stop the documentary from being released altogether.
Now, the lawsuit claims the documentary features unauthorized images and video footage of the tape in question in a trailer that was released by Bubba the Love Sponge, the sponge that came out yesterday. Nick Hogan is accusing Bubba of violating a settlement agreement that he and Terry Bollea agreed to when the tape was leaked in 2012. So by virtue of them having clips of the tape in this documentary, it goes against this agreement that Terry Bollea and Bubba the Love Sponge had, and that's why Nick is going to take this down the legal route.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I don't know what we can say.
I don't want to see the documentary, I'll be perfectly honest, because Nick Hogan is looking to get the documentary blocked. I am glad that he does.
Yeah. What can be said about that entire thing that hasn't been said already over the past 10 years, if not
I'd
more?
argue the worst thing from that documentary has already come out there, and it was something that did irreparable damage to the public perception of Terry Bollea, and it consequently had an impact for the remainder of his life. So I don't know what else is in this documentary that could add, enhance, subtract anything from that.
A bit of money for Bubba the Love Sponge.
There is a bit of money for Bubba the Love Sponge.
That's what it is, isn't it?
It's a bit of money for Bubba the Love Sponge, if nothing else. We're going to keep an eye on how this one goes, but when we know more about it, we'll let you know more at cultaholic.com. It is a double week for WTF moments, isn't it?
It is, yes. We have Forbidden Door that went live on Monday. Sorry it was a week late. The bank holiday really did mess up my plans. And then, the other one, the Clash in Paris. That's the one. Just watched the entire show yesterday. Already forgotten about it. Apparently that's going to go live either later today or very early tomorrow, depending on internet speeds in the United Kingdom. It's raining outside, so they're probably slowed down.
Yeah, when it rains in the UK, it does drop. That'll be on our Patreon, where you can get early access to some of our new videos that come out soon. You get the video versions of all the classic reviews as well, and it's the exclusive home of Cultaholic punishments. Now, there is something being cooked up upstairs regarding punishments for recent PLEs that I think sound wonderful.
I like a party. And as punishment master here at Cultaholic Wrestling, I would like to see Andrew and Sam both have a party. And that's all I'm going to say.
Oh.
And it's coming up soon. And also, Cultaholic After Dark is going to be recorded this week and released just after the main podcast will have finished if you watch it live.
It won't be released, it'll escape. Patreon.com/Cultaholic. And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Stay safe.
Goodbye.